So I just stumbled upon zoxide, which is basically like a smart version of the CD command for terminal users. How cool is that?
Right? It tracks your most frequently used directories and lets you jump to them in just a few keystrokes. It's a total game changer.
But wait, what's fascinating is how it learns your usage patterns. It's like it knows you better than you know yourself.
Exactly. It ranks directories based on how often you visit them. So the more you use a directory, the easier it is to get back to it.
That's wild, so if I often jump into a project folder, Zoxide will prioritize that. Is it really that intuitive?
Yes, but it also makes me wonder about the learning curve. I mean, does it ever misinterpret your frequency?
I can see that happening, like if you visit a directory once for a quick edit but it's not a regular stop.
Exactly. It could skew the results. They mention an aging algorithm to manage that, but it still sounds tricky.
The aging algorithm, how does that work? It sounds like it might help alleviate some of that misinterpretation.
Right? It limits the number of entries in the database based on usage, kind of like pruning a plant to encourage growth.
That's a neat analogy, but does it risk losing important directories over time?
That's a fair point. They say it's set to keep around 10,000 entries, but what if your workflow changes?
Yeah, and what if you need quick access to a temporary directory that you only used once?
Or if you just switched projects, I guess you'd want to manually adjust its memory.
Speaking of adjustments, I heard you can customize the command itself. That's pretty flexible.
Totally. You can change the prefix from Z to whatever you prefer, like J, or even replace CD.
Wow, that's super handy. It's like personalizing your own command line experience.
But it does make me think, what about people who don't use the command line often? Is this even useful for them?
That's a good question. It seems tailored for power users, but what if it bridges that gap for novices?
Interesting. If it's straightforward enough, it could definitely help them feel more comfortable in the terminal.
And it could reduce frustration with navigating through directories. That's a win-win.
True, what I find remarkable is its integration with other tools, like fuzzy finders.
Right, using FCF for interactive completion, that adds a layer of usability.
But it does require another tool to be useful. Is that a downside?
Potentially, if users have to download and configure multiple tools, it might deter some.
That's something to consider. But if someone is invested in their terminal setup, they might love it.
Good point. For those who thrive on optimizing their workflow, this is pure gold.
Plus, the fact that it works across platforms like Linux, Mac OS, and Windows makes it more appealing.
Absolutely, it's like a universal tool for anyone who dabbles in coding or command line work.
Speaking of universality, how do you think it handles different file systems? Is it consistent?
That's an interesting dilemma. Different OSs have their quirks, so I wonder how it navigates those.
I think it has to adapt, but that might add complexity. I hope it doesn't become a barrier.
Complexity and simplicity, I guess that's the challenge with versatile tools.
Right? And it's fascinating how it tries to balance that. Makes you appreciate the design behind it.
Totally, it's cool to see how these tools evolve to meet user needs. Makes tech exciting.
For sure. So, if you were to try Zoxide, what's the first thing you'd want to test?
I'd probably want to see how quickly it learns my patterns. Can it keep up with my chaotic habits?
And I'd want to push its limits with different directories to see how it manages the chaos too.
Exactly, it's like a test of adaptability. Who doesn't love a good challenge?
Speaking of challenges, I wonder how it handles accidental directory changes. Does it recover well?
That's a great question. I'd hope it has some form of undo or history feature.
Yeah, because accidents happen, especially in a fast-paced environment.
Ultimately, it seems like Zoxide is a promising tool, but it'll take some real-world testing to see its true value.
Definitely. Let's keep our eyes peeled for feedback from the community.